Hello everyone, this is Jerry and welcome back to part 10 of this mini-series for ESO. Today we will be taking down the Greyhost and Icereach Coven camps. And we will be starting here at the coastal camp, so we need to speak to Fenorian, who is just over here.
Ah, good. I was hoping you'd show up.
Well, that's one of us. But anyways,
Lyris was right. This camp is crawling with the Icereach Coven. And they're definitely producing the medallions here. I was even able to slip away with one. We need to get closer, though.
closer.
There's more to figuring out this magic than just watching from afar. I need to know exactly how they go about creating them. With your help, we can learn everything about that here in this camp.
What's so special about this camp?
It's a landing site for the boats coming from the island of Icereach. Plus, they're collecting something here that goes into the process of creating the medallions. If you can get me to the center of the camp, I can learn what that is.
I'll help you reach the center of the camp.
Determining how they create these medallions will be an enormous help. The Grey Host has accelerated their plans. They need more medallions for a reason. A big Harrow storm is coming. We need to be ready.
Why do you think we can learn, why do you think we can learn more at the center of the camp?
Because the Grey Host is guarding something down there. I couldn't get close, but it appeared that they built the camp to surround something. Plus, I heard a few of the witches talking. Complaining, really, about needing to prepare more medallions.
Tell me more about the Grey Host.
In the First Era, an army of vampires and werewolves tried to conquer the land before they were stopped in Bankurai. They called themselves the Grey Host. It seems this Rada al-Saran has resurrected the army, both figuratively and literally.
Well, that doesn't bode well. Let's head on down. And of course the Icereach are here. I was kind of hoping someone cleared them out, but... Alright. Well, I guess Fenorian... Oh, there he is. Mind your business, Ravager. Turn around. Go. Go the other way. Or not. You see, you could have lived if you would have just went the other way. But nope, you just had to come and follow,
Corpses?
check something out.
What do they have to do with the medallions? Let's examine the nearby graveyard.
Nothing to see here, guys. Nothing to see here.
Examine the headstones. Let's determine what's so special about the exhumed bodies.
Old as Skyrim. Okay. Run through by bandits. That sounds awful.
Why are these particular graves so important?
Died of heartbreak. Well, that's unfortunate. Froze in a blizzard. Well, that's definitely a way to go.
Conclusions?
Honestly, Fenorian, these people just seem like normal people who some of them died under freakish conditions, but hey.
Well, we've both been over the headstones with a fine-toothed comb. If we can determine why the Coven dug up these particular bodies, it will tell us something about how the medallions were enchanted.
Let's discuss what we found on the headstones.
Of course. Compare notes and look for commonalities. You have the makings of a fine scholar, my friend. Now, let's see. I noticed there were a mix of different races buried here. They weren't all Nords. Anything strike you about the departed?
They all shared something in common when they were alive.
Really? What was that?
Ooh. I didn't really... They weren't the same gender, and I'm pretty sure they didn't have the same name.
Which headstones did you examine? I read about laborers, soldiers, and traders. Not the same occupations at all. Of course. Compare notes and look for commonalities. They did. Tell me more.
They definitely didn't die of the same cause. I want to say they were all... No. Let's just go with the obvious one. They were all buried in this graveyard.
Well, yes, but so were the bodies that weren't disturbed. We're trying to determine what the exhumed corpses have in common, remember? There must be something else that we're missing. Of course.
Well, quite a few of them were old.
Tell me more. Of course. Why didn't I see that? The headstones on the exhumed graves all mentioned that the person was old when they died. Let me think. Some necrotic spells require the remains of the elderly. Something to do with the natural decay of life.
The natural decay of life?
According to one necromantic theory, the older a living thing becomes, the more necrotic energy it naturally acquires. As a body grows old and withers, the life inside it decays. Necrotic energy is the byproduct of this deterioration.
Does that tell you enough to figure out how to create the medallions?
I now know enough about how they create the medallions to move my research along. I'll return to the Blue Palace and start putting an elixir together.
What else do you need me to do?
To fully craft an elixir to defend against the Hera storms, I still require a sample of refined netherroot brew. Plus, we need to determine what the Grey Host has planned. Help Lyris and Svanna at the other camps. Then meet me at the Blue Palace.
Alright then. It's off to the Midland camp, so we'll travel to Dragonbridge. Although it's in between that and Morthal, and I'm pretty sure they're both at the same distance, but Dragonbridge was a little bit closer to where I was, so... Alright, if I'm not wrong, Lyris is gonna be at this camp. And then Svanna will be at the Blackreach camp. Although, to be honest, I feel like Lyris should have been the one in Blackreach, and Svanna should have been the one up here in Midland. But I guess we will see. Definitely gonna truck some wildlife on my way up here, but that's okay. Pretty sure I will unleash them once I actually get to the camp. Let's see what Lyris has to say.
Just arrived. Don't worry, I found something to keep me occupied.
Killing werewolves, apparently. Alright then.
A bold move setting up camp in the midst of the Western Holds. I'll say this for the Grey Host. They aren't afraid to draw attention to themselves. I learned a few things while I was waiting for you to show up.
Tell me what you found.
It's just as we thought. The Grey Host is using this camp as a supply depot for their raids across the countryside. I saw stacks of witch pikes, rows of reliquaries, and jars of what I assume is the refined netherroot brew.
Fen needs the refined netherroot brew for his elixir.
Right. And I heard the camp leader, a nasty creature named Sableye, tell his troops to make sure to use the new supply that just arrived from Blackreach. Let's go grab a jar or two.
Sableye, isn't that a Pokemon? I don't actually think that's how you pronounce that Pokemon's name, but either way, I just thought I would throw that in there. Hello, vampire. I'm distilling your clear water. Nothing to... Oh, you're a werewolf. My bad. Well, that was something. Apparently the target is out of reach.
No jars in this cart. Let's try another one.
Let's see. Well, at least it's not vampires. So, you know. I don't know what's worse, getting pinned down by a werewolf or getting stunned by a vampire while they're trying to feed off you.
Not this cart either. I hope we didn't miss it.
Well, there's still one more that I see, so...
I'll take that one.
Well, Lyris, I took both.
Stop them, my packmates! I'll get this brew to the witches.
Sableye has the brew. Let's find him before he gets away.
Well, easier said than done. It would seem that he is above. Oh, that ain't gonna work. Don't mind me, werewolf. I'm just trying to find a way to your leader. All I had to do was just go around the other way. Hello, Mr. Pokemon.
You know what the Grey Host does with spies? We eat them.
Well, that's just rude. I won't do the same to you. Because that's just
You got a jar of the refined brew?
rude to eat
Let's talk
people.
over here.
But that's what werewolves and vampires do, I guess. Lyris.
Luck was with us. If we had reached this camp even a few moments later, Sableye would have gotten away with the Netherroot brew.
This looks like the jar of refined brew we found in Singalis' laboratory.
After all this trouble, Fen better be able to use it to make his elixir. I'll take the jar of refined Netherroot brew to Solitude. We'll meet up in Svanna's chambers when everyone gets back from their missions. I hope they're all right.
Well, Fen is fine. Svanna I'm not too sure about, but you do seem to have grown fond of Fen and Svanna.
Fen has proven himself, especially after what happened in Blackreach. House Ravenwatch, they're unusual as far as bloodsuckers go. As for Svanna, she's braver than I originally thought. Anyway, meet me in Solitude after you finish up.
What else do I need to do?
In addition to the refined netherroot brew, Fen needs information on the Icereach Coven medallions. Plus, we're hoping to learn more about the big storm the Grey Host has planned. Help Fen and Svanna at the other camps, then meet me in Solitude.
We learn more about the medallions at the coastal camp. Fen's on his way back to the Blue Palace.
Glad to hear that worked out. With any luck, Fen will produce a working elixir in short order. Then we can stop worrying about the Harrow storms and concentrate on defeating the Grey Host. Which reminds me, go to the Blackreach camp and aid Svanna.
Alright. Down into Blackreach we go. She is over there, so we will just fast travel to Dust Town and then make our way over there. So I'm guessing the Grey Host camp down here will just be more communique type stuff. Troop movement, maybe. I guess we'll see.
More traps? Did those two idiots set these things throughout all of Blackreach? Watch your back.
I mean, from the sounds of it, my dude, they probably did. They probably did set more traps. All over Blackreach. Oh boy. It's interesting how they kind of split Blackreach into like 3-4 sections. Because you got the Greymoor Caverns here, or well, the Darkmoon Grotto I should say, and then the Dusktown area, and the Deep Overlook area. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, well, 5 areas, I guess, if you count this as its own separate area. Guess it kind of makes it easier. I feel like having, well, no, because honestly I feel like the size of it is, I don't know, maybe about the size of Western Skyrim, so I feel like it would have been fine without having to split it, but I guess it is what it is. And I am going the wrong way. I guess I got caught up with that sky shard, but I can just get that later. It's not really too important at the moment. The main objective is, so I want to get that out of the way. Because honestly, I'm not really too sure how close we are to coming to the end of the Greymoor chapter. Because we still got Markarth, but I think Markarth's chapter might be actually a lot shorter than Greymoor, but I don't know. Just because the Markarth area seems really small compared to Western Skyrim that was introduced in Greymoor when it first came out.
We're free! Gods damn it, run! Damn these Harrow storms and what they do to my people!
I'm guessing I missed a Harrow store?
I came here to learn what the Grey Host has planned, and what did I find? Good citizens of the Holds, afflicted by the Harrow storms and kept prisoner for some ungodly purpose. No matter how many I set free, the Herald will not leave this place.
Have you had an opportunity to scout out the Grey Host camp?
That's all I've been doing, and trying to get these afflicted people to leave this place. The Herald, the storm robs them of their will, their minds. I wasn't able to slip deeper into the camp, though.
We need to try and find out about the big storm the Grey Host is planning.
Agreed. There appear to be a number of Grey Host warlords in the camp, so discovering their plans should be possible. We need to be careful, though. I don't want us to wind up like the Herald, serving as food for these bastards.
Tell me what you noticed while scouting around the camp.
Messages have been coming and going since I arrived. I've heard the name Rada al-Saran, the Ashen Lord, spoken in hushed and revered tones. His name was on the communique you found, remember? We need to get down there and see what else we can learn.
I wonder what the Grey Host is doing down here.
Hiding, building their forces, digging, undermining. That's the correct term, I think. Plus, they're collecting the Herald, herding them like cattle. It's monstrous what they're doing to these poor people.
Are you sure you should be down here, Princess?
The only thing I'm sure of is I have to try. If my father won't act, then it falls on me to get things done. It's what my mother would want me to do.
True enough. I'm sure she's very proud of you, though. Watching you from Sovngarde, I'm sure.
Scaffold. Let's eavesdrop on those werewolves.
I left the orders in my tent, but the Ashen Lord was clear. We need more Netherroot. See to the Undergrove immediately.
As you command, Pentarch.
More Pentarchs. This is definitely a pretty big camp.
There, on the left. Let's listen in.
Exarch Zingalis has fallen. I have never seen Rada al-Saran, our Ashen Lord, so filled with sorrow, or such rage.
Does the loss of the Exarch alter our plans?
Not in the least. A strike on Solitude will occur as planned after Exarch Ulfra tests the improved ritual in the Undergrove.
I mean, honestly...
We need to move quickly. The Grey Host definitely has something big planned. Let's search the tents for a copy of those orders.
I mean, if they didn't see me when I was just standing there, these people deserve what's coming to them. That was just terrible sneaking on my part.
That's what we were looking for. Let's talk over there.
I'll lead the way, Svanna. Oh, okay. Svanna. Can I speak to you? No?
Orders from Rada al-Saran. His words sent a chill down my spine.
Okay. That was a weird glitch.
Orders from Rada al-Saran. His words sent a chill down my spine. Their plan for Solitude? It might even be more dreadful than an all-out attack. We need to get back and determine the exact location of this Undergrove place.
Kind of a dumb question to ask, but you really think Solitude is in danger?
You saw what happened at Kilcreath and Carthwatch. Whatever they have planned for Solitude, it sounds a whole lot worse. I wish we knew more about this Rada al-Saran and what drives him.
He makes it sound like he considers his army to be his family. Okay, I don't really know what's causing these issues.
You saw what happened at Kilcreath and a family of monsters. Who could imagine vampires and werewolves working together? Let alone talking about one another like brothers and sisters. It's not natural.
Hopefully the orders we found will give us an advantage.
I'm glad I got to look around Blackreach, but I can't wait to see the sun and sky again. No matter how big these caverns are, it still feels like we're buried alive down here.
What else do I need to do?
We came down here to find out what the Grey Host has planned. But Fen still needs information about how the medallions are created, and a sample of the refined Netherroot brew. Help Fen and Lyris at the other camps. Then meet me in Solitude.
We got the medallion information and the Netherroot brew. Fen and Lyris will meet us in Solitude.
Then we're done here. I hope we found enough to end the threat of the Grey Host. I'll meet you back at the Blue Palace. Good luck, my friend.
We're gonna need it, and you are gonna need some help with the whole glitching thing. That was just very strange. Because I think what was happening was she was somehow getting triggered into combat by something because she kept pulling her bow out. So, I don't know. Might have just been a combat glitch or something that was triggering her, which was ending the conversation. Should probably report that as well, if anyone else hasn't reported it, but you know, the more reports the better. But yeah, I feel like the final locations for the Greymoor chapter are either going to take place at the big tower here, or here at Greymoor Keep. But I guess we will see. For now, it is back to the Blue Palace and wrap up this quest and figure out what we need to do next. Surprised there isn't more gossip in the streets. I'm guessing those are the non-combat pets. I could totally do that, use that one, and then with my little wolf mount that I have. But I really do prefer the Great Danian Hound. Don't ask me why, I just... I do.
So, do we have a way to defend against the Harrow Storms, or what?
The elixir should do what we need, provided neither Fen nor I made any miscalculations.
Yolen, don't be so negative. The elixir will work. You'll see.
Well, I had a feeling Mjolnir would pop back into this. I mean, there were some big hints in the last conversation that we didn't have anyone with that sort of expertise in breach magic, which, you know, I don't know if Mjolnir is an expert at it, but she does seem to know a bit, so...
Oh, good. You're back. Mjolnir and I have been discussing the various ways to turn what we've got into a protective elixir. I'm hesitant to get too excited, but I think we've figured out how to defend against the Harrow Storms.
Tell me what you're thinking.
The Grey Host uses an unstable mix of alchemy and sorcery to create the Harrow Storms. An arcane ritual and the Netherroot brew focus the power of each Harrow Storm through the prepared witch pikes. Ingenious, but fully exploitable.
Exploitable? How so?
We can use the refined brew as the basis of our elixir. Now that we understand how the Herostorms are created, we can use those same components to replicate the medallion's protective properties. We just need to gather the necessary components.
How can I help?
Svana's associate, Mog, will procure most of the supplies I need, but there's one final ingredient required. For various reasons, I can't simply walk into the Hall of the Dead and claim it myself. I need you to acquire Arkay's sacred oil.
Arkay's sacred oil?
A holy ointment associated with a god that became popular due to imperial influence. It's used by the priests in the Hall of the Dead to provide protection against necromancy and the undead. We need that oil to create our elixir.
Alright, well, I guess I will
You'll need
go
my
grab
help.
that then.
I'll meet you at the Hall of the Dead. Mog, put away the tankard and get the supplies Fen requires.
Yes, your royal ladiness. But I'm keeping the tankard.
Okay. Well, if Svana's coming, then I guess we might be expecting trouble. So, I'm actually going to call this episode here. Just as a just-in-case thing, because I don't want to end up wrapped up in another big adventure. So, thank you all for watching, and stick around for more of this Let's Play series. I hope you all have a good day and or night, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.